my last video, we discussed how Bayern would be the favorite against Manchester City and the factors that contributed to my thinking in that manner. There, I basically carried out the study of something called momentum. The word momentum originates from Latin, derived from the term momentum or momentus, which means movement or strong movement. The term was initially used in physics to describe the amount of motion of an object, which is the product of its mass by its velocity. Momentum is a vector quantity, meaning that it has a direction and a magnitude. In sports, momentum refers to a period characterized by the feeling that a team or player is gaining momentum, which can be defined as a surge of energy or a shift in momentum that can lead to a change in the outcome of the game. In today's video, we will talk about the exchange of momentum of the teams in the decisive Champions League match, the dismissal of Nagelsmann, Tuchel, the elimination against Freiburg in the Pokal, and much more. Welcome to the Bayern Guy channel. You will find a lot of Bayern here. After the match against PSG, I was ecstatic. Every time we eliminated Lionel Messi from the competition, we were champions. In an almost unbeatable and indisputable manner, the triumph over the most hyped football trio instilled that sensation in me. But Bayern is a team that likes to experience great emotions. Julian Nagelsmann was fired without any trace of internal fights, loss of the locker room, lack of results, or anything. After the loss to Leverkusen, there was a breaking point, and Brazzo and Kahn decided that Julian Nagelsmann was no longer the right man to lead Bayern. I will make a specific video about this topic in the future, but for now, let's not delve deeply into this subject. Bayern looked to the market, where Thomas Tuchel was available, and then a courtship of several years was realized. Tuchel has the biggest opportunity of his career so far. He is a very experienced coach and a natural leader with a strong personality. Overnight, without any warning, in the most challenging phase of the season, Bayern has a change of leadership, and maybe that's what was missing in Nagelsmann. Leadership. Tuchel took over Bayern. Bayern won 4-2 against Dortmund at the Allianz Arena, returned to the first place in Bundesliga. Tuchel's second game, the German Cup, lost to Freiburg by 2-1 in an undue way. Without creativity, without threats to Freiburg, Bayern seems to be on the ropes, to be honest. The image we convey is that we are wobbly, that we have no confidence, and in the game that will define the European success of the season, we arrive with an expression of doubt rather than one of certainty. And considering all the topics raised here, we need to talk about what this momentum means, why this factor is so vital. And as a man who loves to cite sports references, I feel obliged to remember some of the greatest comebacks where momentum appeared. The Golden State Warriors were leading the NBA Finals 3-1. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers are almost too weak to continue. They would need to accomplish an impossible feat, something never before seen in basketball history. Reverse the score of 3-1. In Game 5, in Oakland, LeBron and the Cavs succeed and return for Game 6 in Cleveland. In Game 6, the Cavs are dominant once again and win strongly. Game 7, even though it's in Oakland and it's for the NBA championship, the momentum is all with the Cavs. 2 games ago, there was no final, but now, there's a possibility of winning, and you can taste the flavor of the trophy. The sequence of events makes you believe that you deserve it more than anyone, and when you believe that you need to win more than the other team, you try harder than the other team. And when you try harder than someone at your level, you'll likely come out better than your opponent. That's how it was in the 2016 NBA Finals. But what does that have to do with football? Well, everything. Bayern doesn't have many options. There's nothing to do but prepare to face the most complicated team of recent years. City is the strongest team we will face since Real Madrid in 2017. That's how good they are. The Premier League is the most contested in the world because of these guys, and the momentum that was with us is now with them. But does City want to win this match more than Bayern? The players who wear the Bavarian shirt want to win more than the City players? As I said, if the level is equal, generally, whoever tries harder wins. Unfortunately for City, we are the worst team they could face. Why? Because our level is almost equal, if not equal. Football is unstable, and we experience many things that are beyond our reach and understanding. It's a fraction of a second, making each move and decision poetic. A false look, a thoughtless run, and you could be throwing away your biggest ambition. Football is cruel and kind, malevolent and benevolent. The result will be up to whoever executes what needs to be executed better. We'll have another Tuchel versus Pep, and I will paraphrase one of my favorite movies, Casablanca from 1942. Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine. Of all the available clubs in all towns in the world, he joins my ex-club. Thomas Tuchel, Pep Guardiola's antagonist, who gave him the most bitter defeat in his career at Manchester City, faces him again, this time commanding Bayern Munich. Guardiola, who hasn't won a Champions League since 2011, faces one of his most agonizing opponents against the best team in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have the best club football game of the decade on April 11th. Manchester City is the combination of skill and intelligence, and we all have reasons to be excited about what's to come. Bayern is, well, Bayern. Which team are you rooting for? What do you expect from this epic game? Which side do you think the momentum is on? Leave your comment and like, and subscribe to the channel to not miss the next videos. May the force be with you. From your always friend, Bayern Guy.